All right, well, we're going to go ahead and get going. As a reminder, we are recording. We are recording?
Yes,
we are recording. So feel free to push this out to your groups and allow people to share in this wondrous experience throughout the week. We will be somewhat brief today as things are just starting to kick into gear, but we were able to get into more of a rhythm this week. We really appreciate everyone sticking with us. We do feel like these calls bring some value to the community, especially during session and with our partners at the city and Polk State College and everyone else that has kind of some stake in the game up during this time of the year that we want to keep these calls going. We'll be really brief with our prepared remarks because we want to open it up to any questions or any reports the city might have. And from time to time, Fat Chad Davis from Senator Stargill's office on the call and Tamara Sakagawa from Polk State College. But if anybody has anything critical for this group, you don't have to have presented previously or even really given us a heads up. But if there's something, a call to action you need from us, please let us know, and we'll try our very best to try to help out in any way possible. But and again, we are hitting our battle rhythm. What kind of worked against us last week was the holiday on Monday, which pushed the Florida Chamber call to the exact same time as our call last week. So we didn't have the benefit of pretty much cribbing everything they did and then just pulling it into this call, which is what we've been able to do this week. So we've got great information from the Florida Chamber. We'll have an update from our city partner, Ms. Hill, and we'll be on our merry way. So we want to kick it. And I'm following along the best I can on my laptop too, because that's where I have the notes. So again, bear with us. And for anyone that might be new on the call, I think everyone's up to speed, but Katie Worthington-Decker took another opportunity with the Lakeland EDC 2 weeks ago. So that's why you've been forced to stare at me this morning. I'm the Government Affairs Chair for the Chamber. My name is Nick Plott, work for TICO, and know most of you. I'm the Government and Community Relations Rep for Polk County out here. So again, if you have any issues with your service, we have a customer service line that you can call. No, you can call me. So just our agenda for today. Again, going to be pretty brief. If no one, or if you've not seen our Chamber's legislative priority statement, please let us know. We'll be sure to get that to you, but it's great, little document on just what we're hoping to achieve. And it's got the write-ups from our community partners on things we can collaborate and help them on as well. We're going to go through a quick recap. And I think we're also going to do just kind of a refresher on some of the priorities, because that'll give us a good look at what we've got coming up for us in the next week. We'll do a federal update, legislative tools, and then we will open it up to questions and reports. So next slide. Make sure. Again, this is our legislative delegation. Hopefully they will match those pictures at the end of session. This is our legislative priority statement. Again, we can get that to you if you've not seen it or have any questions about it. Legislative tools, we are tracking any bills and any thing that pop up last second. As of last count, I think we have, well, we'll see on the next slide, but there are a lot of bills flying around. So we want to track anything that is out there to be on the radar. If there's anything you're hearing through your various grapevines, please let us know. We've got this wonderful tool called Bill Tracker 50, which we've got the front end is what you'll see on the Chamber website, which is this page right here. You can scroll through everything that we're tracking, but if there's anything we're missing, please let us know and we'll make sure to adjust that and continue to track it with you. By the numbers, pretty straightforward. Well, not straightforward, but a lot on this slide. Again, we're interacting with a pretty heavy Republican legislature, and the bills filed as of this week. We've got over 1,800, 948 on the Senate side, 886 on the House side. As you can see below, we are trickling into the second week of session, or I guess third, however you want to judge it. So bills passed by the House 0 at this point, bills passed by the Senate 20, and bills passed by both chambers won. But much smarter people than me are telling me this will start to ramp up. And we are hearing through the grapevine that there's been a lot of great progress with the budget this year, which, as you know or might not know, we are under Florida, I guess, Constitution to pass a balanced budget every year. And hearing that we are making great headway with that, and we'll probably start to see some of that pop out in week 4 or 5. So maybe next week or the week after, they'll say the typical horse trading will kick off, and we'll move towards passing the budget. Next slide, please. This is the older slide I said we're going to keep in, at least for the first couple of weeks, just for anyone new to the call. This is where we're starting session, and just some of the at least leadership priorities. Our priorities might be a little different, and you can read up on those with our statement that, again, we can get to you. But this is where the leadership in Tallahassee, at least at the governor level on this slide, is pointing us towards. Again, really looking to do a redo of the Florida Standards Assessment Exam in schools to be replaced by progress monitoring, teacher and law enforcement bonuses, continuing to protect our natural resources and borders, asking the legislator to pass data privacy legislation, want $15 billion of budget put in reserves, and calling for a $1 billion gas tax holiday. Senate President Walton Simpson, investing in ports and infrastructure, water storage north of Everglades, increased wages for state employees and law enforcement. And then some of the bills he is putting his name towards. Senate Bill 620 allows businesses to recoup their losses. If a government passes a regulation that leads to a 15% decrease in profitability. We'll get more to that here in a second. And Senate Bill 280, which requires local governments to create a business impact statement that analyzes the impact of local ordinances before the ordinance is passed and delays enforcement of regulations once a lawsuit is filed. So I'm sure Ms. Hill and her team are tracking this one. Speaker Sprouse desire to mitigate the risk portfolio of the state, including cybersecurity and the threat of hurricanes, as his priorities for the session. He also released a list of 5 priority bills addressing affordable housing, law enforcement recruitment, abortion, critical race theory, and data privacy. Let me take a slide out here so make sure I'm on the right one. Okay. And again, so with kind of where we started in front of mind, is where we were last week in week 2. We are seeing movement on redistricting. Both the Senate and the House approved. Senate approved both the Florida Senate district map as well as U.S. Congressional district map last Thursday. The House Legislative Redistricting Subcommittee advanced a map last Friday. On the local ordinance impact on businesses, we're seeing that continue to move forward. And liability protections, the Senate passed their version of COVID-19 liability protection extension, Senate Bill 7014, 22-13, to extend duration of liability protections for healthcare providers through June 1st of 2023. Any questions there? I know I'm kind of moving fast as I tend to do. All right, all good, moving forward. Redistricting, tis that time again. Here's what Florida House districts are looking at the moment, and side by side of what our Florida Senate districts might look like. And there will be some, if these were to go through, there would be some changes to what we're used to. On the House side, the map advanced on a 13-7 vote in the House Legislative Redistricting Subcommittee. And that's largely along party lines. It will now go before the larger House Redistricting Committee before advancing to the floor. So if approved, much of Northeast Polk County will become one district, District 51. On the Senate side, the Senate advanced a new state Senate map, try saying that 20 times fast, on a 34-3 vote. If approved, this map would put all of North Polk County in one district, District 12. Lake County would essentially have its own district. Bottom half is part of our current district map. And in order to officially adopt these maps, the Senate and the House must agree on the legislative maps and pass a joint resolution, which is not subject to approval by the governor. Once the joint resolution is passed, it will undergo court review before going into effect for the 2022 election cycle. And part of redistricting, looking at a new congressional map, which again, I think people are familiar. We kind of split it, the east side with Darren Soto, the left side with Scott Franklin. This proposed map has a contiguous Polk County with what I call the Lake County top hat. And the Florida Senate approved the U.S. Congressional Redistricting Plan, this one 31-4. Under this proposed plan, Polk County and a portion of Lake County would become one district, District 28. The House still needs to pass its own congressional map, but hasn't done so at this time. Once the Senate and House agree on a map and have passed a joint resolution, it will go to Governor DeSantis for approval. If the governor signs off on the map, it will undergo court review before it goes into effect for the 2022 election cycle. This process is only for the U.S. House redistricting. I might bring in someone that knows a little bit more about this for our next call. I'm hearing some things. This is the one approved by the Florida Senate. I think the governor himself has one that's circulating out there, which is a little more ambitious, but I think it's obviously a very interesting process, especially with us, where we'll have to go from, let's say dealing with, because that sounds like pejorative, but we have the pleasure of working with two Congress people in Polk County to, again, being represented by one. So this is getting a little deeper into what we're talking about with Senate Bill 280. This bill pertains to the passage of local ordinances that affect businesses. And again, they'd have to come up with a business impact statement. And Katrina, were you going to report out any on this one or talk to this one? Or?
That's actually a big one for us.
Yeah.
That originally we were opposed to, but an amendment was filed on the 19th.
Okay.
That they conceded and then kind of incorporated probably about 80% of what the League of Cities was asking for changes on that. So that's something we're supporting now. So that was some movement last week.
Okay, very interesting. Yeah. Do you have any bullet points you can send our way, and we'll incorporate that into the slides for next week?
Sure. I actually just updated our legislative agenda yesterday in advance of everyone leaving today, so I'll shoot that over to you after this call. It's got
perfect. Yeah.
Points.
For those that are going to Polk County Day, we'll be up to speed. Instead of being against, we'll be for. So
yes, that's the only one that flipped, but yes.
Okay, great. So you see, yeah, Senate Bill 280 being led by Senator Hudson, passed Senate Rules Committee 14-2, and now it's placed on the calendar for a second reading. And then its partner on the House side, House Bill 403, represent Giambardo. Wow. Okay. Should have thought about how to pronounce that one before starting this. The House did not take action this week. And then Senate Bill 620 and House Bill 569. Again, this is the one that allows businesses to recover damages from local governments if an ordinance or local governmental provision creates a significant loss in revenue. This one passed Senate Appropriations Committee 11-7. No further action has been scheduled at this time. And then on the House side, it's passed the Civil Justice and Property Rights Subcommittee 12-5 and is now in the Local Administration and Veterans Affairs Subcommittee. And just scrolling through my notes, but I think we're all good on that one. And these are the slides and issues that the Florida Chamber are monitoring for us. So again, just pulling that from their presentation. This is one of the few that I believe has passed, at least the Senate side. No, it hasn't passed the House side, but COVID-19 liability protections for healthcare. That was going to expire relatively soon for healthcare facilities. This would extend that out. Senate Bill 610 for Brandis did not take action this week, but Senator Burgess, his is moving forward. It's probably the one they like the best, past the Senate 2213, now in the House. So. Another one of the priorities for this year, again, getting away from the standardized end of year testing to more of a year-round progress monitoring assessment system. Senator Manny Diaz, no action took place this week on Senate Bill 1048. Oh, got notes here. Let's look at the right computer screen. This bill would move student, just told you that. The Senate did not take action this week, but it has been added to the Appropriations Subcommittee on Education agenda for Wednesday. So we'll have an update for you on that for next week. Again, film, television, and digital media project rebate program. This creates a targeted high-wage production program to broaden the film, television, and digital media industry in Florida, create high-wage jobs, and encourage the production of family-friendly movies and television. No action on either side this week. Big one for us, again, being in a secondary or tertiary tourism market. This is big for us because not all people are aware of things in Florida outside of Disney, even though I feel like some people in leadership are pushing that hard. But I think our good friends at Legoland would say we need dollars in to visit Florida, and this is big to their operations over there. No action on the Senate side with Senate Hooper's 434. But it did, that version was originally filed in the fall of 2021, passed the Senate Commerce and Tourism Committee 10-0. So it has a good amount of support. It's currently on the Appropriations Committee agenda for Thursday. So we should have an update for you on that one from the Senate side next week. And on the House side, it's passed the Tourism, Infrastructure, and Energy Subcommittee 17-0. Now on House Commerce Committee for 124-22, which is yesterday, but we'll get that updated for you next week. Sneak peek for week 3. So House Bill 777, lefty number 7, local tax referenda requirements. This bill would require referenda authorizing certain optional local taxes like a tourist development tax, a fuel tax, or school district millages, et cetera, to be held at a general election. House Bill 981, mixed-use residential development projects for affordable housing. This bill allows county and city commissioners to approve a mixed-use residential project, provided that a portion of the project includes affordable housing and the developer agrees not to apply for or receive funding from SEL, that's State Apartment Incentive Loan Program, for acquiring gap funding for development projects that include affordable housing. Companion bill, Senate Bill 962 is on the Transportation Committee agenda for 125. And Dina or Katrina, is that anything that y'all are up to speed on, or I'll stop there if you are. If not, we'll move right along. Okay. Senate Bill 1764, Municipal Solid Waste to Energy Program. This is a bill that the city of Winter Haven is watching closely. If passed, the bill would provide financial assistance grants and incentive grants to municipal solid waste to energy facilities in order to incentivize the production and sale of energy and reduce waste disposed in landfills. I'll stop there if there are any comments or questions on that one. Senate Bill 1764. Okay. Moving along, making sure my slides are what y'all are seeing. Just a quick federal update, not that this is necessarily of action for a particular body, but is of note for the state and something you'll probably be seeing in the papers. But Florida has entered into the gaming compact with the Seminole Tribe of Florida in April of 2021, which gave the tribe control over online sports betting throughout the state, additional games to its existing casino operations. Under the compact, the tribe would be required to share the revenue collected from sports betting with the state of Florida for the next 30 years, with a minimum of $2.5 billion paid over the first 5 years. 2 Florida casinos have challenged the compact, alleging that it would have significant negative impact on their businesses. A U.S. District Judge upheld the challenge and validated the compact in November of 2021. So I think, and I'm not the expert on this, maybe someone in the audience is, but pretty sure the Seminole Tribe is the only entity that can partake in that type of gaming. So there are some appeals to have that expanded out. So just something on the radar out there for us. And that's the end of our prepared remarks. I will open it up to anyone else that might have anything they're watching or monitoring. And I see Mr. Davis from Senator Stargill's office. I won't throw the hot potato at him right away since he's just getting logged on. But Katrina, did we cover everything at the city that y'all are monitoring, or did you have anything else for the good of this group?
So we did add one more to the list yesterday. It's House Bill 105 from FINE. It is regulations of smoking by counties and municipalities. So that would allow cities to regulate smoking, for example, in like playgrounds and public parks. So that is one that we are tracking. It was for this morning at 9 a.m. today. So that's moving this week as well.
What was the bill number on that?
105.
105, House or Senate?
It's a House bill.
House bill, okay.
And then the only other one that we are tracking that you didn't already cover, Nick, if you did cover it, I missed it, I'm sorry, is House Bill 603. That includes some appropriations. Melanie is the representative on that, and that involves the Heartland Headwaters.
Okay.
So that's actually being heard tomorrow afternoon. So our delegation that's going up for Polk County Day will be there for that in support of it. You covered everything else.
Very good. Yeah, we'll check our little widget, make sure it's covering that, and we'll report out as things move forward. So thank you very much.
I also, Nick, I just emailed you the legislative kind of document that our delegates took up there with them, so you have that as well.
Great, thank you very much. Is that a public document that we could distribute from our end as well, or is that just for people going up for Polk County?
We just shared it with people going up for Polk County Day.
Okay, fair enough. All right, thank you very much. Any questions for Katrina or anything pertaining to the city? All right, thank you, Ms. Hill. Any other report outs or any questions for the group? Mr. Davis, I hate to put you on the spot, but we're always on the edge of our seats for what's going on in Senator Stargill's office. You can say no comment this week or share as much as you'd like to.
Sure. Well, sorry for being a little bit late. We're actually just meeting with State Attorney Brian Haas. He's up here this week. So there really isn't much to report on this week. It's the third week of session. It's probably one of our busiest weeks. We're getting everything through the policy committees now this week and next week. Then we'll really get into the weeds of the budget. So that's kind of where we're at. Of course, the highlight of the week is Polk County Day. We're looking forward to seeing everybody coming up tonight and tomorrow. So on my end and in our office, we're kind of playing host and meeting with as many people as we possibly can. I mean, the meeting requests were just through the roof. I wish we could meet with everybody, but we're going to do the best we can and try to catch up with everybody else at the reception tomorrow night. But that's really all I have. The main news around here for us has just been still the COVID that's making its way through. I don't know of as many members that are out now. A lot of them are back, but I know quite a few staff. I've had to test just about every day because I keep getting the call that I was with someone who recently tested positive. So, I've already tested 7 times now since I've been up here, which was odd. Last year we tested once a week, and I thought that was bad. So, but I'm negative so far, so I'm glad to know that for sure. But that's all we have going on up here.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Really look forward to hopefully crossing paths with you tomorrow. And thank you so much for what you're doing. And Senator Stargill on behalf of Polk County, really appreciate it.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Right. Yes, sir. We'll see you. All right. Any other questions for the good of the group? All right. If not, I will give you 5 minutes back to your day. For those of you traveling, safe travels. If not, we'll have awesome stories, some of which we'll tell you about next week. So have a good one.